All right.
I'm here with my old friend, Scott Van Dusen, who has been a drummer with a lot of bands and in Southern California and up here in Portland. And I thought I'd just chat with him a little bit about how he uses social media in his career. So Scott, tell us just a little bit about what you do in music, in your music career, and it's a little bit of you.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Mostly I spend my time with music is playing live. Most of my activity is probably performance, either in small venues or festivals. It can tend to be seasonal in that way, where most of the outdoor festival stuff is very busy in the summer and drops off, of course, in the winter months, especially in the Oregon area. But and I also work with people in recordings. I'm not necessarily a songwriter myself. I usually am as a side man, a part of an organized band, and I get the calls from band leaders, and I work with some regulars on a regular basis, but I also get random calls if people need somebody for a show or to fill in. And there's a lot of that with the community of musicians that we fill in for each other. uh, and play with
And
a
what do you
variety.
play? You're a drummer, right?
Drummer, yes, I've been playing since I was basically 9 years old, starting out in the school music program like a lot of kids did, and I stuck with it. And through high school and into after that period of time, was a part of quite a few small club bands and small original projects, and did a lot of varied music styles over the years. Ever since then, anything from jazz, funk, folk, rock, blues. Yeah, it's just because I've been playing for so long. There's been different periods where I'd be really into something, but overall, over the span of the whole career, I've really touched on pretty much everything.
So you're currently not in a particular band, but you're more like sort of freelancing.
Well, actually, I am a part of three, maybe four bands as a
Oh,
primary player. Yeah, and then in the Northwest area, we we have Billy Desmond up here. His band is Billy D and the Hoodoos. I work with Kenny Lavitz as his primary first call, and Ray Gordon is a very prominent blues singer, and she has a gospel band. I'm the primary drummer in that gospel band.
okay.
And most of the others are really either fill in or if I'm available. And some,
All right.
yeah.
Sounds like you're really busy. Like you have a lot kind of going on when things are active. How do you use social media in all of that?
Well, social media has become the primary networking and even communicating platform. Whether we like it or not, we're not all fans of the leadership of Facebook and whatever, but it is really essential that we are on that platform so that we can network with each other, be aware of each other, and I get gig requests through Facebook Messenger quite often, just because people are looking for somebody. They know me. That I get the recommendation from some friends, and so they may not even know me. They'll reach out through social media. So it's a connection point. And I did something years ago where I really got tired of Facebook, and I didn't, this was like about 2012, 2011 or something like that. And I shut down my profile for a while, for a year or so. And at that time, I was just getting established in the Pacific Northwest. I just relocated. And it took me forever to get things rolling. And I was not getting calls. I mean, I was new in the area in those days as well, but it was so hard to network and to meet folks and get into this musician family up here. And then I got back on Facebook and everything changed overnight. So it's a culture.
Yeah.
you could see who you have common denominators and interests with. And it's just I mean, in the old days before the internet, we all used to run up and down boulevards, stapling our poster to the telephone pole. But it's a promotional tool as well.
Yeah. I remember once asking you, hey, let me know when you have some concerts coming up. And you said, well, just check Facebook.
Yeah.
That's where everything is posted right now. Do you use any other platforms? Like, do you do Instagram or YouTube or anything like that?
I do Instagram, minimal, that's a new one for me. I guess I still primarily use Facebook, and I see most of the musician people I know are primarily on Facebook. They're transitioning to Instagram. But as far as promoting and putting show promotion and posters or announcements, it's really still Facebook as the prime platform for that. Yeah.
Do you show, do you show videos of your playing or of your music, or is it more just kind of connecting?
There's often video of performances. Not necessarily something I have to do myself, but because there's a whole culture of photographers and videographers in the area that are very interested in using their work around the music community, there's always somebody shooting either photos, still shots, or videos and posting it on Facebook, and that is actually kind of a secondary convenience. That there's so much activity on Facebook around the entertainment world and the music environment that there's always someone around that wants to put up some sort of posting.
Is it helpful then to have even relationships and networks that are in video and photography too, so that there's kind of a feeding off of sort of the different balance?
Absolutely. And it's very important to always maintain positive relationships with almost everybody. That just because you don't want anything to get in the way of, if there's a difficulty personality wise between two people, then you may not get that promotional video posted with you in it, or it's a very positive environment, very positive network of people, and it's important for all of us to keep it that way.
Any tips for somebody starting out, somebody 18, 19, 20, just kind of starting out, maybe wants to kind of do what you do and maybe play with a couple of different bands? What might you suggest to somebody like that?
Well, one thing that could help with something like that is the groups that are a part of Facebook. There's tons of groups, there's thousands, and there's a group for everything. And it could be a group that is tied to a certain blues association, for example, in the area. I've joined, so to speak, several groups. Some of it is drumming related, Pacific Northwest drummers. Some of it is blues. Some of it is, if somebody's in heavy metal or rap, there's all kinds of places you can actually find and narrow down your common denominator and your common interest with other people. And that makes it very easy to find people you identify with in the same area if you want to actually start a project.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Scott. Unless is there any last tips or thoughts you have to share with the students?
Oh, no, I think I covered it, but best of luck in your careers out there, and hopefully, of course, we're going through a weird time right now, but when we get back to normal, we'll get the music going again.
Yeah. In the meantime, we can be creating or recording or writing or something like that, right? Just to get ourselves ready.
Correct. Yeah. And during this strange time, there's a lot of streaming of music going on. A lot of folks are, and I'm collaborating with a couple of bands with how to do that. I've never done that. It's brand new.
Oh.
Setting up an actual audio microphone and some decent video, and I don't really have a nice environment that's studio quality. I mean, I could do it with a telephone, with my Apple phone, but that's not as good. But there's a big push to try to do more streaming. You'll see a lot more of that these days.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thank you.